Right. Well, the state said these animals were too comfortable around humans. And I did just get this complaint filed by the rehab summer intern. It says volunteers were told to mother the deer and never told to avoid imprinting them. I did just call the rehab's director, who says that is completely false. But the controversy does have other wildlife rehabs wondering what kind of protection do they have when the state decides to seize their animals.
15 fawns and a young elk were waiting to return to the wild. But instead, WDFW seized 4 of them, saying they'd grown too accustomed to humans at For Heaven's Sake Animal Rescue and Rehabilitation in Rochester. The rehab says the state got it all wrong. The animals just needed more time to learn wild behavior.
And not have any protection to prevent that. That's what really worries me.
Jasmine Fletcher Glaze runs a wildlife rehab in Graham, but she's asked WDFW to deactivate her permit. She says it's not worth rehabbing animals if the state can seize them without due process.
If there are the accusations of violations, let us speak to those before, a peer group or review board that would include wildlife biologists, wildlife veterinarians, other rehabbers, those who have experience with the processes that we follow and the stages that the animals move through, so that at least we feel like we would get a fair chance to defend what we're doing.
WDFW tells King 5 that wildlife are property of the state, and so they're allowed to take immediate action. But critics argue wildlife are property of the people, and the people should have more power to decide what happens.
They're the resource of the people, and we empower the department to manage them, and currently they're mismanaging them.
Dan Boholt volunteers with several conservation groups. He says they offered to help relocate the deer and was shocked to learn the state killed 3 along with an elk.
Even if we took them out and say cougars or bear ate them, it's certainly better than being euthanized by the department. At least they had a chance. So this is disgusting.
WDFW says it was a tough decision, but a necessary one. The animals, if released, could have endangered people or themselves. But the decision has sent shockwaves through rehab centers, and some like this one say it's spreading fear.
I gave up my permit and I might not ever rehab again. And that's a lot of work and a lot of time, and that's my heart. And I don't know if that's over.
Now, I've gotten a lot of messages from people who are furious about this. Believe it or not, hunters and animal rights activists even seem to be agreeing, calling it unnecessary and a waste of healthy animals. But another criticism, every year the state feeds elk to get them through the winter, wild elk, imprinting them with the sound of the hay trucks and the people who come to watch at these feeding stations. And folks are wondering, why are those elk considered wild while these animals were euthanized? Back to you.